I never imagined a single courtroom statement could unravel everything I had built in my life. My name is Alex, I'm 36, and for 12 years I believed my marriage to Emily was unshakable. We had our disagreements like any couple, but underneath it all, I thought there was love, respect, and loyalty. I was wrong. So painfully, devastatingly wrong. It all started the day she filed for divorce. I had expected arguments, tears, maybe even shouting, but nothing could have prepared me for what I walked into. The moment I stepped into the courthouse, I felt a tension in the air so thick I could cut it with a knife. I was used to stressful situations, yet this felt different. This wasn't just about money or property, this was personal, it was deliberate. Emily was already there, seated with her lawyer, someone I recognized instantly from one of our mutual gatherings, a man who had been polite, cordial, and always smiling at parties. Now he sat next to her, nodding at her words, like a silent accomplice, a shadow validating everything she had planned to say. When the judge called the case, the courtroom seemed to hold its breath. The first words out of Emily's mouth were like a physical blow. "Your Honor, my husband is nothing more than an opportunist. He married me for convenience, not for love." I froze. My mind raced. Every memory, every shared moment, every laugh we had ever had together felt like it was being erased in that instant. I opened my mouth to respond, but the courtroom rules didn't allow interruptions, and besides, how could I possibly respond to something so utterly false? Her lawyer, the one sitting beside her, simply nodded in agreement, his expression betraying nothing, but in that small gesture, I felt the weight of betrayal like a boulder on my chest. He didn't have to say a word. The nod said it all. "We are on the same side and we will make sure you lose everything." When my turn came, I walked to the stand, my hands shaking slightly but my voice steady. "Your Honor," I began, "I loved my wife. I provided for her. I was committed to this marriage in ways that cannot be measured merely in words or dollars." I paused, scanning the courtroom. Emily's eyes were cold, unrecognizable, and her lawyer's face was unreadable. "I married her out of love," I continued, "and at no point was my intention anything but to build a life together." The judge listened intently, taking notes, but then asked a question that changed the dynamic entirely. "Mr. Alex, are you aware of your wife's claims regarding her alleged affair, and do you believe these claims affect your rights or entitlements in this case?" That question hit harder than any insult. I knew of the affair, how could I not? Small rumors, whispered remarks from friends, odd late nights, hushed phone calls. I had tried to ignore them, to trust Emily, to believe that we could weather anything together. But here, in the sterile courtroom, the affair wasn't whispers or doubts anymore. It was a tangible, legal accusation, one that could redefine the life I thought I knew. I swallowed hard. "Your Honor," I said, "I am aware of the claims. Whether they are true or not, I can only present the facts as I know them. My commitment to this marriage has always been genuine, and my actions have reflected that." Emily smirked slightly, a gesture so subtle yet so piercing. The nod from her lawyer earlier replayed in my mind like a mantra. "You have no chance. We control the narrative now." And for a moment I felt despair creep in. But then I reminded myself of why I was there. Not to prove who loved more, not to fight petty accusations, but to show that my life, my actions, my integrity, were not up for judgment based on hearsay or convenience. I straightened my shoulders, took a deep breath, and prepared for the next phase of this battle. The cross-examination, where words would become my weapons and truth, my only shield.